Hi everyone, it's almost that time of year to gather around with family and friends, give thanks, and eat your way into a food coma.
And to get a head start on the holiday season, we thought it would be fun to share the top 5 foods we're each thankful for.
Now, to be clear, these aren't Thanksgiving specific foods, just foods we're both thankful exist and have some sentimental meaning to us, aside from being delicious.
This list might seem like an oddity to some of you, considering not everyone sits down and thinks of specific foods that they're thankful for.
Most times, people are just thankful food is available.
And while that's a fair sentiment, we also believe in the comfort a favorite food can provide in both good times and bad. I'm sure that everyone has at least one specific food that means more to them than anything.
Sometimes these meals are made by a family member that bring back warm memories, or maybe they're just foods that we know if they weren't around anymore, life would just not be the same.
Now, how this is going to work is each video, Josh and I will go over our individual pick for that number. One video for each choice, and then a video for some honorable mentions.
Videos for numbers 4 and 5 will go out over the next week, with the top 3 releasing the week of Thanksgiving. Unless you're watching the inevitable supercut with all 5.
With that out of the way, let's get to number 5.
Don't judge us for this, we have our reasons.
We also apologize for having an overlap in the first video.
For both of our number 5s, we're going with...
We're having ravioli. It's from Chef Boyardee.
Now, we both have our own individual reasons for having it be a part of the list, but one major factor for its inclusion is the fact that we share a mutual affinity for the red canned pasta.
It's something that when we first started dating, we both begrudgingly admitted our fondness for. We shared our embarrassing enthusiasm for it as kids, as well as it still being a guilty pleasure for us as adults.
And if I'm being disgustingly honest with you and myself, there are some instances I would still prefer it over an actual quality ravioli. Not every time, but enough that's scary to admit to.
With the details of our courtship and Josh's strange cravings aside, here are my personal reasons for it being my number 5. My mom would hardly ever buy any processed food, so this canned preservative-filled delicacy became a highlight in my toddler diet growing up. Admittedly, in my teen years as well, I've eaten it straight from the can as a disgusting special treat. But above all else, it's the fact that me and Goblin Boy bonded so deeply over this food together on our 3rd date or so gives this food such a special spot in my heart.
Similar to Claire, my personal reasons for its inclusion involve my mom and my adolescence. However, mine doesn't have anything to do with a lack of processed food. Not that I had an overt amount or anything like that, it's just my mom wasn't as strict about that stuff. When I was a kid and my mom was able to start leaving me home alone, I had to start making food for myself. Now, like any responsible parent, my mom didn't let me use the stove or oven until I was old enough, which meant I had to get my start with microwavable meals. Whenever I have a can of Chef these days, not only does it make me reminisce to the early days of our relationship, but also brings me back to when I was a kid and trying to make food by myself while I was home alone watching DBZ all day.
I can see the image before me of a 10-year-old Josh being a goblin, red stains on his face from licking the bowl, standing on the couch yelling Kamehameha.
That's painfully accurate.
Well, that's it for this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the rest of these videos. And make sure to comment with some of the foods that you're most thankful for.